HAVOC Entertainment back with another movie review!
Yay!
And it's no Predator, it's actually Predator 2.
Predator 2, the one you haven't seen.
I've seen this movie about 3 times, not as much as the first one. And you know what, right? You haven't. This is your first time seeing it.
Indeed.
Yes. It doesn't compare to the first Predator,
No,
but I think
near.
it's actually still a pretty decent movie.
It is. I thought the acting was pretty good in it, to be fair. Danny Glover gave a good performance, like he always does.
The only thing I didn't like about it, well, 2 things I didn't like about it. Well, I mean, there's probably more than 2, but anyway, 2 that come to mind, right? Is one, I feel like it's futuristic, but it's also like, why is it so like, why is like LA such like a war zone?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But I've the answer for you.
Oh, he has the answer for
No,
it.
well, no, this is what my take for the movie is. Obviously, Predator just goes for people with guns.
That's right, yeah.
Now, if LA is just a normal city with not many people that have guns, because I know America.
It'd be a
most people-
pretty boring movie.
Yeah, like the reason why it kills people is because they have weapons and you like take them as trophies and shit. Now,
Yeah.
the scene where they're on the train, if only the gangbangers, so to speak, and the police have guns, he only kills them.
Yeah.
Kind of takes away the fear from the general public, even though they're still a masked fucking
Yeah.
alien predator
I get you.
roaming about
What's
the
the
streets.
deal with that, though? Do you reckon... What's he there for? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it shows you when it shows you the trophy cabinet. Predator's just like the hunt and train, and but yeah, and another thing, should Danny Glover really be able to go toe to toe with a Predator? I'm not burying Danny Glover. I think Danny Glover's great, but we see in like Lethal Weapon, for example, him and Mel Gibson can't even take on your wee midget
That's right, yeah.
Chinese man.
That's right.
But what in this movie he can take on a Predator.
I know.
Like,
Well, he does get one of the Predator's weapons, to be fair, that helped quite a bit.
and he cuts its arm off, so it's one-handed.
Yeah.
But when you see Arnie's entire crew get took down, like I'm not saying this Predator didn't kill anyone, because of course it killed a lot. It killed more people than that first movie. But I feel like maybe Danny Glover's been a wee bit overbooked.
I think so, actually, too. Yeah.
I have nothing against Danny Glover.
No, it's just a bit unrealistic.
But when you
that way,
see
isn't it?
everyone in the first Predator, I mean,
Yeah.
they're military trained, jacked to the moon,
Yeah.
and the Predator's completely written the piss
Yeah.
at
Well, I
them.
suppose it's brains that you need, isn't it?
That's it, because they all get fucking battered,
They
don't
do.
they?
They do.
But yeah, we kick off the movie with like a bunch of gunfights. I didn't really care for them, but it kind of showed you that the Jamaicans, the Colombians, and then the Predator comes in, and then we see that it's still got the mindset of it doesn't kill people with weapons.
I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah, then Gary Busey comes in with his special agents, and it's like, oh, hush, hush.
Yeah. I like to see the gap between all that. The first and the second, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
right,
how
well-
do they know the Predator's here? You know what I
Well,
mean?
it kind of explained that a bit, but this movie's set in 97, even though it came out in 90. So it's a 32-year-old movie, but it's based in 97. The first Predator takes place in 87. So it's safe to say it's a 10-year gap between...
Oh, is this a prequel, is it?
No, it's a sequel.
Oh, really?
But I'm saying, I think it's safe to say that this is a 10-year gap between the second and the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, as you've seen in the trophy thing, there's a T-Rex, there's a Xenomorph, and there's a few other skulls. Now, if the Predators are killing T-Rexes, it's safe to say they've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And plus, when he gives him the gun at the end, it says 1719 on it, which means the gun is like near 300 years old. So it shows you that point of view. And then also, when Gary Busey's talking in the trailer, he's on about how there's been like sightings of them everywhere.
Yeah.
But he wants to catch them.
Question, if you think it would have been Arnie as the main character, do you think the movie would have done better?
Would have done better.
Just the fact that it was Arnold.
Money?
Yeah.
Oh, box office, aye.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nothing against Danny Glover, but
Yeah.
Arnold's just a far bigger fucking name than him.
Yeah.
And plus, Arnie made Predator 2 with Arnie draws more than Predator 2 with
The
no
Danny
Arnie.
Glover.
Yeah, like, I mean, if
Racism.
Predator 2 is Danny Glover's, if Predator 1 has Danny Glover's the main character, Predator 2 is probably going to do,
Better.
yeah, with Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Like, if Terminator 2 doesn't have Arnie and it has
True.
Someone-
Someone else is the Terminator. That's very true. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, for example,
People like the OGs.
even though Eddie Murphy's over, you know.
Yeah. Oh, don't say that.
He's over.
Eddie Murphy belongs in my heart forever.
I said he's over.
Is he done with acting?
No, he's over, as in the people love him.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Love him.
You don't get my wrestling
I
terms.
don't know.
He's
Sorry.
over.
He's over.
You're not over. You're over here. But I actually think this movie though did a good showcase of the Predator. Unique kills,
Yeah.
you know, and it was actually good seeing it in a city. And it will, like, once Danny Glover starts chasing it, like the final hour of the movie, it's non-stop.
Yeah.
And he does get.
I thought it got better gradually.
Yeah, it almost ends when it was getting into it.
Yeah.
And then there was all these sequels planned that never came to fruition.
Yeah.
Steven Seagal.
To be fair though, how do you think they would have continued that? You know what I mean?
Well,
What
you could have easily
else,
done it though.
what else
'Cause
more could
it
you
showed
have
you all
done?
the trophies in the wall.
Right.
It could have been back like 300 years ago. And then when the
Absolutely,
guy
yeah,
of
could.
Gary Busey's unit actually says to Danny Glover at the end, he's like, you made us lose our chance. And then Danny Glover goes, no, I think in time you'll get another chance. Obviously referring to these
Yeah.
predators keep coming back.
Yeah.
Because they're using Earth as a training facility to teach their young ones. Because this was actually a kid predator.
I didn't know that. Right
Because at the
away.
end,
How'd you know that?
that's what they're doing. They're just trying to teach it, train them. And at the end, when Danny Glover kills him, the 15 other predators show up.
Yeah.
And they don't kill Danny Glover because he actually killed a predator.
Yeah.
It's like a sign of respect. And that's why he gives him the 300-year-old gun. Kind of alluding to the fact that that's actually set up sequels. I haven't watched any of the other Predator movies, but I'm
How
going
many
to...
is there?
They brought out one not so long ago, then there's one in 2010 with Danny Trejo in it.
I watched that one.
It's
yeah.
not... But it's set on like an alien planet. It's not actually on Earth.
It's loads of them. It must be their home planet they're on.
I don't know, but...
It must be.
You know what? I actually feel like it's a pretty good movie. The first Predator was a 10, but I feel like this one... It actually hurts it. It's set in the same world, in my opinion. And I'm going to give it a solid... What are you giving it?
6.5.
No. Give it a 6, I'll give it a 7. Then it gets a 6.5.
Okay.
That's how we do it. Fuck it. We don't do
Okay.
halves. Okay, we don't do
Yes,
halves.
sir.
But anyway, that's it for the review. Next up, do you feel like reviewing Gremlins?
Yay!
Aye, till then.
Deagle.
I'm too old for this shit. Bitch.